Ain't nothing wrong with you, just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes, no one on this earth is perfect. Trials and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation. What they do though? It's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. My son's in here with me, so probably gonna have some interruptions. Probably gonna be laughing here and there, but just had to let y'all know. Listen, today I want to talk about how we are all broken in some way, shape, or form. But the mistake that we are making as a broken human society, again, in some way, shape, or form, is that we are looking to others to help us be fixed. That's why we jump from person to person in relationships. That's why we spend our whole lives wandering to friends and wondering why those same friends have left us. And that's why we aren't becoming solid people. And that's why we are bashing God, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, when something happens and we feel so lost. First off, we are not using His word, the book, the instructions to life. We are depending more on people. We are depending more on our spouse. Let me talk about the spouse thing. I've nudged on it, but I'm gonna go deep all the way into it because I saw something that just blew my mind. In relationships, you can have a male or a female, and they have something that's going on in their life, whether it's weight, they feel like something is missing. People, male or female, in relationships, they're giving the other person just way too much work. Relationships are hard as it is because there's two people coming together as one, trying to understand one another. But when you look for the other person to fix you, to be the pretty much reasoning for your joy and happiness, it's just too much. It's just too much. And I understand that we as people, sometimes we don't realize it. Turn it off, buddy. Or go in there with Gigi. Sometimes we don't realize it, but the other person does. And the other person will bring it to attention. But what do? We are the victim, and we're validating ourselves and why we do what we do. We're validating ourselves and the other person being the fixer-upper while we are broken. And it's funny because that term, I don't even like using that term about being broken. A lot of times we're not even broken. We just are having something in our lives where we need help getting better at. Hold on, people. For example, if a female is feeling like broken, or if a female is feeling like she's not fully happy, to be quite honest, sometimes the person that you're with, you might have just fallen out of love. Or the person that you're with, you may not even be in love with them. Like, don't go telling them that I've said it before, that whole need to do stuff, that is that's something I can't stand. When a person tells you what you need or you should be doing when they see other people doing it. And I've talked about it before already. That's when they go thinking that that's the same thing that's going to make them happy. But to put that baggage on a person, to pretty much tell them that they are responsible for your joy and your happiness, oh no, because we're not responsible for each other's joy and happiness. Look, we're either gonna accept one another or we're not. And in friendships, we're either going to accept each other's differences and appreciate each other's commonalities, or we're gonna go our separate ways, period. And now, as I said that, I fully understand now why a lot of people who I've had in my life are no longer in my life. I think I've said that before as well, but to see that in someone, to see them in a relationship where there's not even really any huge or major problems going on. It's just a simple fact that you aren't happy, and you put that feeling on the other person, and they're not even doing anything to you. I mean, they're going out of their way for you. You're pretty much just not appreciating them. Period. Because listen, if I see a dude going out of his way for a female and she's still not happy, she's not appreciating him, and vice versa. If I see, uh, if I see a girl doing all this stuff with a dude and he still have all the stuff to complain about, he's not appreciating her. We're not appreciative people. We're really not, and I think that comes with our own actions as well. We don't get full satisfaction from doing when it comes to other people. So when they do it for us, it's not going to mean nothing. I mean, why would it? Why would it mean anything if and when we do something for somebody else, we don't get joy and satisfaction out of it? It just doesn't make sense, right? So of course, one is going to come with the other. There's no other way around it. But again, to put our emotions, the good ones that we want, to put that in somebody else's responsibility, we will forever remain victims in our emotions, not necessarily in our minds, but in our mentality, in our emotions, and in our feelings. And that's why no matter what we may receive from another person or even from ourselves, we just won't be fully happy. This little boy just wants to be seen. I'm telling you. How many times has he walked through here? How many times have you walked through here? 3, 4? Anyways, try to get his camera time, but that's another reason why when two people are together, they're not happy. And enough with the relationships. Let's talk about the friendship thing. I don't think we as people understand we can have a friend, right? And we can really get along with them. And we can really have all these commonalities. But we still will betray them. Don't do that. We still will betray them. We will stab them in the back, and we'll just up and leave them for no good reason. I'm not being hypocrite, right? Or I'm not contradicting myself, because like I said earlier, I know why some people just up and leave. But when things are going good, I'm talking about the betrayal side of things, because something didn't go the other person's way. Again, that's putting one's joy and happiness in the other person's hand. Why do we have to feel entitled? Why is there entitlement when it comes to friends? Even more so when it comes to family. Why are there entitlement issues? I mean, how come when we don't get our way, we want to pretty much just get rid of somebody, or we want to forget about them for no good reason, just because they did do something for us? I think that's still putting your joy and your happiness in somebody else's hands. And again, that feeling of entitlement, I guess it comes with you being a person who always got your way. And I don't ever want to have my way like that. Not all the time. Because again, that entitlement, I mean, you won't have many it's funny. You won't have many family members that want to, come to your house, and you won't have many friends. You just won't have many people that want to be around you, because when you want something and you let it be known, and even if that person is willing to give it to you and you don't get it, I mean, come on. What do I look like being a 32-year-old over here acting like a 15, 14-year-old? I mean, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. But it is a serious thing, and it's serious, and at the same time, it's something that is um, funny, to be honest. I fit this category too. That's why I can consider it funny, because I can consider it funny due to my own experience and my own things that I've done, having that victim like mentality and that entitlement. When a person does something for you over and over again, you don't appreciate it and you get used to it. You get used to that treatment. So some of us are walking around putting more on ourselves than what should be there. We're going out of our way for somebody who don't appreciate us, and we know it, but we continue to do it thinking that someday it will change, and it never will. It never will. And I guess that's when two people need to go their separate ways, because uh, what are we doing? What are we really doing? We're making each other feel bad, and we're being completely unhappy and unappreciative of each other. So what's really there to say are both of y'all's that you both want? And to have better context, I was watching something. I don't know if it was a couples type therapy. I don't know what it was, but the female was talking about. Listen, I can't say the word, but the female was talking about how the husband is just all about the sex, right? And she was an attractive woman, and she saw herself as a trophy wife. I don't even know what that term is, being a trophy man or wife. I guess when you have so much attraction, I guess that's real. But anyways, she was feeling like that. I think that's kind of a narcissistic way of thinking as well. Who said you were all that in the first place? But they went to court. I think it was a couples court type of thing. But she was really, truly unhappy. I mean, she was crying. They had the shivering in the lip, like that. Um, and the man, he did not know what he was doing wrong. Genuinely did not know what he was doing wrong, because in his mind, turn off the water, buddy. In his mind, doing that was his way of helping her feel loved, keeping confidence and keeping the spark there. That was his way. And what blew my mind is that we all have our way of trying to make the other person feel what they want or what they complain about. I mean, I don't even want to say specifically what they were talking about, but what I read from it is that he genuinely loves her, and she was just tolerating him because she had so much to complain about what he was doing that wasn't making her happy. And the the judge, the honor, whatever they are, she asked the other woman, does she love him? She said, yeah. She said, how do you know? She said, because if I did, she would no longer be with him. That's not true, because you can tolerate somebody for the remainder of your life, especially when there's kids involved. So I didn't buy into that, and I literally, my eyes, I think they went back into my head all the way up through it. But she said she wouldn't be with her, and I think that's a lie, because there's a lot of people walking around being in relationships with one another that they don't genuinely want to be with. They're tolerating them. In my mind, you can tolerate somebody until you can replace them. But who says that she's not replacing him on the DL, right? But I'm not on the man side because I'm a man. I was being sympathetic to her because obviously there was something that's not there that she's trying to, fill in. But also, I'm just thinking, I mean, there's something that she is responsible for when it comes to her internal happiness. Why is it the man's fault? Because trying to fix her, the man's going to become broken. Two people trying to fix the other person, you're going to have one broken person that's breaking the other person through doing all this stuff that he's going out of his way of, and probably demeaning himself. And then now you have two broken people together breaking each other every single day. I Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I think that's what we as people, I think that's what we're doing. You know, I've said it. Broke people will break other people. I'm not talking about financially. Yeah, I am talking about financially too, but hurt people, somebody hurt will hurt somebody else through intention or unintentionally. But my point is, she needs to dive, not dig, but she needs to dive into herself and really see if she's even truly happiness in the relationship. And she needs to truly dive and see what truly makes her happy. If there's anything in the relationship that she can make more joyful. Obviously, I don't have an answer for it, but it really blew my mind how she was putting so much baggage on the guy. I mean, and to say that all he wants is the sex. I mean, in the, you know, the judge was also talking about, or asking the man, what does he do for her? I mean, the man was talking about sending flowers, and even before they went into horizontal activity, you know, he would talk about how he would give her a back massage, and never mind what he did, it was his way of making her feel loved, and it wasn't enough. So it just makes me wonder, maybe he's not enough for her. Maybe she needs somebody else. But in her defense, she wouldn't be with him if she didn't love him. But again, I think that's when the betrayal, the infidelity, I think that's when one person's like this and the other person starts to truly, like slowly go this way. And then you end up with an L because somebody, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna do that again. That's when one person, two people are like this and the other person starts to do this. You know, they make that L and somebody has to have it. What is it, buddy? Yeah, hold on. One person has to have it. One person has to take that L. Always. There's always somebody that has to lose. But you live, you learn, and you learn to live. I said it before. It's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Like, subscribe, share. Again, don't put that baggage on somebody. Relationship, non-relationship. Let me wrap this up. Don't put that baggage on somebody. Your joy, your happiness is your responsibility and yours alone. Just got to find out what it is. If it means being alone for a while, so do it. So be it. Until next time, y'all. Like, subscribe, share. We out. Peace.